DIY auto repair.
Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about differentials. So as you may or may not know, over the last couple weeks we've been having problems with my rear differential in my 2016 Charger SRT 392. So I think it's only fair that we do a video on basically what a differential is, how it works, the different components of a differential, and the different differentials that are out there. So we're going to be doing a video on that today, a little educational video. Hopefully this helps you guys. We're going to do our best to keep this as short as possible, but still giving you some really good information and understanding of the differential, as well as we're going to try to keep it as simplistic as possible so that it's easy for everybody to understand. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Oh, wait a minute. You guys can't see me in the camera? Okay, hold on a minute. There we go. You guys can see me now, right? All right, good. Okay, so first of all, what is a differential? Well, basically, it's a set of gears in a housing. So what does a differential do? Well, it basically transmits engine power to the back wheels. That's pretty much in a nutshell of what it does. It changes the power's directional from longitudinal, and it directs it to the two wheels in a rear wheel drive vehicle. It does this while allowing the two wheels to turn at different speeds. So whenever you make a left or right hand turn, the outside wheel is always traveling a lot farther distance than the inside wheel. The main reason to have a differential is to accomplish that in the most effective way possible. So the differential allows the outside wheel to turn a lot farther distance than the inside wheel, and at different speeds. So we're going to go ahead and bring up a little diagram and kind of give you guys a visual representation of what's going on. Okay, so there we go, guys. So this is basically a rear wheel drive setup, and I modeled this basically after my Charger that I'm actually having trouble with. So here we go. We have the engine, and that transmits power to the transmission, which transmits power to our drive shaft. And as this is spinning, it's transmitting the power to our differential in our rear wheel drive vehicle. And from the differential, it powers these two wheels. It powers our two rear wheels. So that's basically an overview of the setup in a rear wheel drive vehicle and the role that the differential plays. So now as we look at our turn, whenever we're making a right hand turn, our left wheel has a lot farther distance to travel than our right wheel, and the opposite when you turn left. So the differential helps us accomplish this in the most effective way possible, because our left wheel is going to have a lot farther distance to travel, and it's going to have to travel a lot faster than the inside wheel. So hopefully that helped. Excuse my drawing, guys. So hopefully that drawing kind of helps give a little insight into the differential. So we're going to get into now the different types of differentials. So there's two basic types. There's going to be your open end differential and your limited slip differential. And there's many different varieties of those two types of differentials, especially the limited slip differential. But we're going to start with an open end diff, or open end differential. So basically what that is, it's the simple and most common differential that you're going to find out there. The wheels can turn independently of each other. The only negative thing about it is if one wheel doesn't have traction, like for example if it's on ice or snow, it still gets power from your engine. So it will continuously spin and spin, but it's not going to go anywhere. So to help with that, with traction loss, the vehicle has like traction control or electronic stability control. And don't want to get too much into this, but this uses, electronic stability control and traction. It uses sensors from the analog brakes to determine the wheel when one wheel is turning faster than the other, and then this reduces the engine power or breaks the spinning wheel, and it can even do both. So basically, how to mitigate from one wheel spinning faster than it should, like if it's on ice or if it loses traction, you have electronic stability control or traction control that interferes and mitigates that. So next we're going to go to limited slip differential, and there's a variety of different slip differentials, and this is what we have in our vehicle that's causing the noise problem. So I'll just go over a few. It's not all of them, but it's some of the main ones. So we have like a mechanical clutch differential, and this has clutch plates alongside the gears, and when it's needed, pressure rings press on the plates to provide the resistance. We have an active differential. It works the same way as the mechanical clutch differential, but a computer monitors the driving condition and activates the differential clutch when needed. We have a viscous differential. That's a continuous friction disc submerged in oil, and when a wheel slips, the fluid's movement causes the discs to rotate at different speeds and sends more power where it's needed. And then our last one we're going to talk about is our torsion differential. So it's derived from torque sensing. It adds worm gears to the differential set to activate necessary resistance. So what does all that mumbo jumbo mean? Basically, your open end diff will use traction control, your analog brake system, to basically mitigate when one wheel is slipping too much and moving faster than the other. Whereas a limited slip differential, pretty much what's going to mitigate that wheel stopping is already built into the differential or to the axle itself. So that's kind of basically the difference. Some parts that we are going to discuss that are basically involved with the differential. Now this may or may not be all the parts. Every differential is different, but these are the main components of basically a general differential. And we'll give a little explanation of what these parts are, or what's involved with these parts. So first we're going to have the differential side gear or sun gears, and it's basically small bevel gear. It's mounted on the inner ends of each axle. Two bevel gears are fixed together to combine both driving and driven shafts at 90-degree angles. So number two, we're going to have pinion shaft or cross pin. And it's basically two pinion gears and their supporting shaft called the pinion shaft. It's fitted in the differential case. Number three, we're going to have axle shafts or half shafts. So axle shaft is a solid shaft that's located between the differential and gear set of an axle housing. It transfers rotational force from the transmission to the wheels attached to the axles. So that's how it transmits its power from basically the transmission to the differential, or transmission to the wheels through the differential. So next, number four, we have our ring gear or our crown wheel. They act as an equalizer in dividing the torque between the two driving wheels while allowing one to turn faster than the other. So number five, we have a drive pinion or bevel pinion. It's assembled with a differential housing called the differential case or carrier. It's a drive shaft is connected to the drive pinion by a universal joint, and it engages with a ring gear. When the driver rotates the shaft, the drive pinion rotates, and thus the ring gear rotates. So basically that's where the drive shaft is actually connecting into the differential and into the gears. So number 6, we have the differential pinions or planet gears. They're used in the differential since axles of the planetary gears rotate around the common axis of the sun and ring gear that coincides and rolls in the middle of the differential system. And last but not least, we have number 7, which is the differential case or housing. It's attached with 2 wheel axles and a differential side gears. It consists of bearings that rotate 2 axle shafts. So that's basically, in a nutshell, the different parts and kind of what those parts are in a differential. So hopefully that gives you guys some insight on what a differential is, what it does, and the importance or why a vehicle would need that part of the driving system, the drivetrain system. So hopefully this wasn't too much information. Hopefully I explained it well enough. It's a lot of information. And if you guys are like me, I'm a very visual learner, and sitting there talking about something's not going to help me understand it. I actually have to physically see it. But unfortunately, I don't have any of these parts physically here, and I can't actually show you how they work. Well, I have a couple different animations that I found on YouTube that I actually really like, that actually I feel is a good representation of how a differential works. I'm not going to show them in this video because I don't want no copyright problems, but what I will do is I will link those in the description below so you guys can go and check those out, and hopefully that will tie in everything that I've been talking about today and give you guys a better idea of exactly how the differential works. So there you have it, guys. I hope this helps you, and I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you guys would like to be notified when I put out another video, make sure to hit that bell notification. And guys, please subscribe to my channel for more informational videos and DIY projects. I appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.